Want to chime in on what's happening with your favorite KFAN program? Make your voice heard on the Bradshaw and Bryant text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply.
Marney, the last time you saw Sauce, he didn't have a son. Now he does.
It's wild.
Look at him
I
over
gave him
there.
a hug when I walked in. I can remember going back to work after Grady was born. So he was born the end of March. I went back like early May, and it was twin season. And I remember my first game, and a lot of people said, congratulations, and a couple people asked questions about the baby, and then we just went on to normal work. And it was so stunning to have gone through this life-changing process, and this baby is everything, and all you talk about and all you think about, and then you go back to work, and everyone's like, yeah, I don't know, everybody has a baby. We just, yeah, you good? The kid good? Cool.
Awesome.
All right, so that hit you're going to do in the bottom of the seventh, I'm going to move the B-roll up, and I was like, what? There have to be more questions.
Right. Death's the same way, too, right? Life and death.
Yes,
it is
100%.
crazy how fast the rest of the world moves on.
Life moves on.
It is... I remember I had a death in my family not long ago, and I was at Costco later that day because we needed something. The family needed something. And I'm just going up and down the aisles, and I'm like, none of these people know that this person just died. They're just shopping like the world. Yep. It's like, well, yeah, because they don't care. Why would they care?
Right.
And you're right, Marnes. Births are the exact same way. Changes Kel's life and Sauce's life forever. They just created a human being.
Yeah,
it is a gigantic deal, right? You created life, and now your job for the next 18 years is to protect that life at all costs. Yeah. The rest of us are like, he's healthy?
Yeah. Yep. Good luck with that.
Cool. I have to go eat my lunch. I'm gonna,
That was basically...
Okay, Warren. Well, I have some questions.
Yeah, fire away. I love talking about
This is great.
it.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's excellent. Yeah, he's great. Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the Wolves game last night?
Yes, correct.
No, I'm so happy for you and Kelly.
you.
And I was waiting for a photo, for an announcement. I ended up texting your dad on the day. It must have been the day you guys went home, because I was just like, I got to know what's going on. It's been a week. So did I was telling these guys when I was on, and you were not, I didn't want to bring you down or send bad vibes your way, but I was induced with Grady and got sent home.
Yeah.
And they thought, we'll see you back in a few hours. And it was a full week later. I didn't have any labor at all. They had to break my water. It was incredibly disappointing.
Yeah, so we were going to go Friday, and we were supposed to call at 6:30 p.m. last Friday, so over a week ago. And they said, we're too busy. There's too many, because my wife's induction wasn't health related.
Yeah.
And they were like, so then they're like, call back at 6:30 a.m. And we call back, and they're like, no, it's too full. It's too busy. We have to keep a few beds open for whatever. And they're like, call back at 6:30. So for 12 hours, we were like, if they don't take us, we're just going to wait. And then they did, and we went in Saturday night, and I'm not exaggerating. The nurses and doctors at Southdale Fairview Hospital are the best people I've ever. They were awesome.
Yeah.
And because, that's the longest in my life, it isn't about me. So I would walk the halls and just ask some of the nurses if they wanted to see my falling on the stairs video. And at one point, I think I showed about 15 of them. It was just great. Besides that, they were awesome. Everything my wife needed, they were great. Every person that came in to see her was awesome. They wrote my wife this really nice card the other day that she got, and it was a wonderful experience. So Southdale Fairview Hospital is outstanding.
I had a baby there. Yeah, our
wonderful.
second. Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah,
fantastic.
When you leave with a healthy baby, pretty much everything is fantastic. But I'm glad. Sometimes the birthing experience is a little dicey. Yeah. It's one of those wonderful, great, unplanned events in life. You just are there, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and you just hope everybody comes out the other side.
And of course, right, your wife wasn't in danger. She was going to be induced because there's two groups that consider her geriatric. That would be the medical industry, right, for birthing. And, of course, the other one is?
Mark Rosen.
Yeah.
Yep. And
she is way out of the row zone.
Way out of the row zone.
Way out, yeah.
So,
How did the car seat...
So,
put that baby in. That was the biggest project, is to get the car seat installed correctly.
Yeah, but you do that like a month before the baby's born.
unless
And
you're
the place we bought it
disorganized.
installed it for us. So
Nice.
Well, there's
even
that.
better.
And I just watched, and the woman's like, you could have YouTubed this. And I'm like, well, I didn't want to.
Looks like you're doing okay.
Yeah, you did it. But yeah, no, that was, the nurse we had walked us out and then waited. We warmed up the car, and it was, it's under a mile to my house from that hospital. And it's the most cautious I've ever been. 10 and 2.
Just driving.
Phone was in my pocket. It was waited for the red light, looked both ways, and it was the best. It's been the best.
You might not have heard this, but when we didn't know.
Oh, I don't listen when I'm not here.
When we didn't know that you had initially been bumped to Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So we still thought she's getting induced today.
Hockey
We
during
thought you were at the hospital.
Hockey during the initials game on Friday goes, Baby Lambert will be here tonight, and we're like,
Well, we
maybe
thought
not.
that was
Yeah,
possible.
No, I know.
But that Friday afternoon, you were tweeting about, why doesn't AJ Hawk ever say anything on the McAfee show? And I'm like, this is his dome dog moment. Kel's about to have a baby, and Sauce can't not hate tweet the McAfee show. I'm like, what is he doing?
I love the McAfee show, but AJ Hawk serves zero purpose.
He does nothing.
He does nothing.
But it doesn't matter.
No, I know
we
what
thought
you-
you were
yeah.
tweeting that
Yeah.
while you were waiting
yeah,
for your
no.
son to be born.
Well,
We're
that
like,
was-
this-
yeah.
The doctor is telling his wife, push, push.
And Sauce is like, but do you want to see my video?
Yeah, correct. That was about it.
Paul,
Yeah.
your son's almost here. I know, but why doesn't AJ Hawk ever say anything?
He doesn't. He doesn't say
just
anything.
stares.
Could go for a dome
Yeah.
dog.
So,
right now.
so he was born Monday morning or Monday afternoon about 1:57, and it was excellent. It's been the best week of my life, and he's.
Have you had a couple of meat sauce moments? Give me a meat sauce moment where you're like, man, I meat sauce that. Something must have happened in the first 8 days where you're like, whoops, my bad.
He multiple times he's just peed on my wife multiple times. I mean, not really. I haven't had anything because I'm so cautious with him. Like I'm now the dad that's like, we can't have anything just in the way of where we're going to walk if we're holding him. We can't trip. We did I walked him down, we took him downstairs for the first time, and my wife walked in front of me. I'm super cautious about it.
She was your lead blocker?
Yeah, right. And if I fall, she's dead because of how heavy I am. But yeah, or that. But
Like
yeah,
you've ever
I haven't
fallen
really,
before.
I haven't really had any kind of where I'm like, oh God, and he not yet, but he's very easy now, and we were lucky to have my mother-in-law leaves today, and we will miss her dearly because she's been a huge help.
Is he good at math yet? Is he good at reading yet? What is he good at?
He's good at dumping like he's an adult man. He pooped the other day. I'm like, this is like, I said this yesterday, like Jurassic Park. It was massive. They poop and pee all the time. Other than that, he just wakes up every once in a while. He's got these beautiful blue eyes. He's got this really cute smirk, and he snorts. And I love every second of it. Kind of like that, yeah.
He does have really big eyes.
He does.
He's a very
and
cute
all
baby.
the nurses are like, this is, and they're like, we don't say this to everybody. And we're like, sure you don't. But they're like, he's adorable. Even the lady yesterday that circumcised him was like, that's a cute, cute baby.
Pre-circumcision or post?
Both.
Don't, Corey.
Yeah.
Don't.
Both.
Don't. It's a baby.
Yeah, it's a baby.
During or after the circumcision, did he say, oh, God, he's going to need that. Just trust me. Oh, boy.
No, he's been great. His mom's been doing wonderful. And yeah, it's been a great, great, great time.
And he's sleeping a little bit at night
He sleeps.
in chunks.
He sleeps. Well, then look at the app. He sleeps about 5.5 hours consecutively.
What?
But it's when he does it. Like last night, he woke. He fell asleep at 11:30, and he got up about 3:30. But
That's pretty good, though.
but you're
That's
not-
really good.
For 8 days.
Yeah, when he falls asleep, he's sleeping right now. So yeah, he sleeps for about 5 to 6 hours a night.
Jeez, that is a
Straight,
blessing.
like Friday
Wow.
morning, Kelly and I woke up, and I'm like, 7 a.m. I'm like, is he still sleeping? She's like, yep. Eventually, we just woke him up because
And that's, of course, your window to play MLB The Show.
I have not played that. I might today though.
Where does that rank on the list?
Oh, MLB The Show
Didn't
is
make
an
the list.
all-time game, right, Maxo?
100%.
Oh, it's
yeah.
elite. It's
Yeah.
one of the best sports games of all
Play
time.
it 365 until the next one comes out.
Right, I've still played it, and the next one comes out in 2 months. Man, I missed that game. Damn it! Why'd you bring that up? But yeah, he's been great. He's just been wonderful. Yeah, I'm honored to be his dad. And he's cute, man. He's really cute.
You're a daddy.
I am.
Does he look anything like or exactly like what you pictured in your mind? What did you think this fella
No
would
idea.
look like?
That's a great question because we went to this like newborns class, and the first thing they said is that when they show up, they will not look anything like you think they will. And he didn't. And now, I don't know, he's got blonde hair. He's got big blue eyes. I don't know.
Daddy's enjoying this.
Blondish hair.
Yep. So, I don't know. He's too handsome to be my kid.
I'm just saying. You said normal sized head, right? Mm-hmm. What's his percentile for height? Is he abnormally tall?
No, I don't know. Not yet. I hope I don't think he's that man's child.
What are you thinking?
Hey, it's Mark Rosen.
Yeah, well played, Zacho. Well played. But he is not. He sent me a very nice text. He's not come over.
The Beaver.
Or showed up at the hospital. Even though, so he shows up at 1:57. The first three people I text are my
Rosie
dad.
or Louie?
Louie. 1:57. I text my dad, my mom, and my mother-in-law all in the same text. He's here. He's healthy. Mom's doing great. Awesome. Don't put it on social media. And in all caps, do not text Rosie.
Oh, come on.
My dad shows up 2 hours later. Did you tell Rosie? Yeah. Dov didn't know yet. You told Rosie before you told my brother. So, yeah. So.
Well, your dad was a very proud
Yeah,
grandpa.
he
His
is.
text back to me brought tears to my eyes.
When he showed up was so we go up to the postpartum area on the 4th floor, and they all three show up, and my wife is breastfeeding him, and I'm like, just wait. The moms, you can go in, but Dad, just hold out here for a minute. And he just started tearing up. It was he walked in, and it was like, oh my God, it was awesome. Every moment of it. When he was born, it was awesome. When my dad and mom and my mother-in-law saw him for the first time, it was awesome. It's just been awesome how all my parents and my mother-in-law have
all your
reacted.
parents.
So
All my
we
parents.
speculated the other day that
All
you
my
may have
daddies.
named Louis after Louis Anderson, after Louis C.K., after Louis Armstrong. Any of those right?
No, my grandfather, my mom's mom was Lewis.
Your mom's
Wow.
dad.
My mom's dad. My mom's, it's 2024.
Yeah.
He can do what he wants. My mom's dad was Lewis. We like the alliteration. Michael is my wife's father's first name, so we named him after my wife's father. That's the Michael, and then Lambert is my last name.
Oh, that part I understood.
No, we just
That part I was very confident
like
on
the-
why you named it Lambert.
We like the alliteration.
So it
Louis
wasn't
Lambert.
after Louis Farrakhan.
No, which I laughed so hard. I think it was you that
Yeah,
said
for the
that.
nation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought you don't listen when you're not here.
Well, my wife was listening.
Oh, got it. One of those bits.
Yeah.
So maybe you heard me ask this question then. You guys are both true crime fans.
Yeah.
You're both serial killer fans.
Yeah.
If, let's hope not, but let's say Louis Michael Lambert ends up being a serial killer. Right?
Jesus.
Number one, the most likely victims in are you and Kel.
Yeah.
Right? Starts with the family always. How do you feel like Louis Michael Lambert sounds in terms of a serial killer? Solid name or
It's
not?
technically 3 first names.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Right.
That sounds nice.
Yeah,
Lambert
John Wayne.
is a first
I mean,
name?
it could be in a weird way. Yeah.
But still, the John Wayne part.
Yeah,
right? John Wayne
Wayne.
Gacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know
Who's
a lot of
the-
middle names that aren't also first names.
Usually first and middle names are.
Who's the serial killer Zach sexually attracted to?
Richard Ramirez.
Yeah.
Yeah, how come Richard Ramirez, how come we don't know his middle name? That's a
Zach?
rare serial killer without a famous middle name.
Well, the Night Stalker.
That's true. He did have a nickname. That helps.
Why was Zach so attracted to him? Didn't he see him shirtless?
Abs for days.
Leva Munoz.
Your what hurts?
Munoz. Ricardo Leva Munoz.
Are you waking up?
Ramirez.
He's Richard Ramirez is the scariest serial killer of all time.
Good to know.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, not anymore.
I mean, he's dead. I think he died of Hep C.
What a great transition from
Anyway,
your
yeah, so
newborn
my
son.
newborn
Yeah.
son is excellent. He's very cute. He sleeps a lot. He's very cute.
Is he officially Louis or
He's
is
Louis.
it Louis? So it's just straight Louis. Yeah, I like
Just
that.
Louis.
I like that.
Although I call him Steve a lot. Steve and Wayne. I'm like, what's up, Wayne? He looks at me like, would you shut up? But yeah, he's been wonderful. He's a wonderful addition to our family.
So it took him 8 days.
Yeah, he's
cash
tired.
those tickets.
He's tired of me already.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right, that was the news presented by our friends at Carboni's. Thanks, Carboni's Pizza, for bringing us the news. That counted. That was the news. That was baby news. Marnie needed baby news.
Great news, yeah.
What
I gotta
Marnie
quit
wants,
doing
Marnie
all
gets.
this damn prep over
Or
here.
you can do the news next.
Oh, no, you got that, man. You got sports.
No, we got to talk Wolves basketball with
Yeah.
Marnes.
Hell yeah.
Roller coaster last night. Looked like it was lights out for this team in the first half. Whoops.
That's why we play the whole game, Core.
That is why you play the whole game. More with Marnie Gellner. Mike Grimm's here, too. This is the Power Trip Morning Show. After this, on The Fan.
The Fan.
The Upper Midwest biggest boat show is back. The Discover Boating Minneapolis Boat Show, in partnership with Progressive Insurance, is headed to the Minneapolis Convention Center January 23rd through the 26th. Head over to our contest page for your shot at a family 4-pack of tickets. That's KFAN.com. Keyword contest to enter.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip. Presented by All Around. Experts in decking, roofing, and siding.
Marnes, your Minnesota Timberwolves at one point trailed by 19 in the first half. They battled back to beat the Clippers 108-106 to stop their losing streak. Ant, who's had like 50-something and now 37, has over a lot of points in his last two games.
90.
90. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 53 and 37.
But Julius Randle's terrible. The Wolves are 18-17. They battle the Pelicans tonight in New Orleans at 7 o'clock.
And Zion Williamson was upgraded to questionable for this game. He's
I
only
forgot
played,
he's in the league.
Yeah, he's played 6 games this season with a hamstring strain. He may play tonight, but I don't know how effective he will be after having sat for a couple months. But last night was a really nice win because we scored 16 points in the first quarter. 16. It was 27-16. And so you're just spending the entire game climbing out of that hole. And to the Wolves' credit, they did it. They started the third quarter on a 21-4 run. Anthony Edwards hit some ridiculous shots in the fourth quarter. Max, that sidestep three from the wing right in front of the Wolves bench, he's hit that 3 times this season in 3 attempts.
Yeah, it's insane.
That is ridiculous.
He was ridiculously clutch yesterday. Like it was like go ahead after go ahead, dagger after dagger. And I just saw something from Alan Horton. I think it was 18 of the last 23 Wolves games have gone to crunch time or something like that. That's all we do here in Minnesota sports is just take it down to the wire. And it seems like obviously they were just on a 3-game losing streak, but it seems like they're kind of starting to figure out the whole fourth quarter thing a little bit, Marnes, don't you think? It's trending the right way.
It depends on the day because those couple of losses, I would say no. Now, last night I would say yes. And had 13 in the fourth quarter. And to your point about hitting dagger after dagger, a lot of that was, a contested shot where you're like, oh, no, and then it goes in. Yeah. But he did have 7 rebounds and 8 assists. So anytime he's scoring like that and assisting, like that man is playmaking. He was so joyful last night. He was flexing in front of the fans. And the game before in Detroit, he had 53 points, and we barely saw any of that. Can you imagine a career high, and he wasn't having fun? And last night, he had fun.
And that's when the Wolves are at their best. I mean, he can score 30-plus every game he wants, but the 8 assists, that's what's the key to me, Marnes, because when everybody else is scoring, when Jaden McDaniels can get into double digits, the Wolves have a pretty damn good shot at winning. And how about Dante DiVincenzo starting yesterday? Yeah. And he's been, like we've talked about before, Marnes, he's been doing a lot of the little stuff well, like assists, setting guys up, rebounds and stuff, but I think it's finally translating to his offense, and his offensive game is coming a little bit more consistently now. And the Wolves, that's the word. It's consistency. Some games they look like world beaters, and some games they're the worst team in the NBA and they look super mediocre. So
even last night was totally inconsistent from quarter to quarter.
Exactly. That's if they can find a way to be more consistent, they'll be all right. But if they keep going like how they're going, they're going to be just right on the cusp of that play-in.
And the last thing I want to point out is that Rudy Gobert had 18 rebounds. 8 points and 18 rebounds. And when he's involved, engaged, the whole team is better. It's just been an issue trying to figure out how to partner him up. Like it's always been Mike Conley to be the guy that unlocks him. That's the term they like to use a lot. Well, somebody else has got to try because he has value when you use him correctly. He was a significant part of the win last night. He played 38 minutes. He had 18 rebounds. Oof. That's not nothing. So it was a good win. It was a 2-point win. It got dicey at the end, but guess what? We move on. We put a W in the column and play again tonight. Let's go.
It's crazy, too, on the crunch time stuff, and the Wolves maybe in particular, but the NBA now, almost nightly, there's multiple games where somebody's up 20 or 22, and they either blow the lead or barely hang on. And the Wolves have had that on both ends, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's
life in the NBA.
It is nuts now, right? Is it maybe because there's so many more threes that if a team all of a sudden hits 3 threes in a row, a 20-point lead's now, 11 or, and then the other team misses 3 or 4 threes in a row, and all of a sudden you're in it. But that's crazy. The Wolves have really had some back and forth. It seems like every game it's like, well, they rallied from down 21, or the Wolves blew an 18-point lead. But that's every night now, almost every game.
Yeah, the Clippers blew a 19-point lead last night.
Yeah, crazy.
Ohio State beat Minnesota 89-88 in double overtime last night in men's college basketball.
12 of 27 free throws for Minnesota. And lose by 1 in double overtime.
Under 50%.
12 of 27. And what did we say Ohio State was?
29 of 33, I think.
So 17-point difference at the line, and they lost by 1. 3 different times they were up 2 late with a double bonus, a chance to go up 4 and basically end it, and they went 0 for 6 in those 3 with good free throw shooters percentage-wise.
What do they think they are, the Vikings in the red zone?
Oh, man.
Sky
it's
you
about
ma.
the same.
Sky you ma.
Yeah, it was heartbreaker.
Brutal. Zacho, your hockey team battles the Blues tonight. The Wild have won 5-6. Game time at Xcel Energy Center is 7 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, another Central Division collision, 2 important points on the line. And looking forward to it. Our coverage will begin at 6:45 here on the Fan.
What's on? I wish I knew what was on from 6:30 to 6:45.
Well, don't you get that calendar Abbott sends?
What calendar?
That color-coordinated calendar it takes a lot of time to put together?
I don't know. I probably deleted it. Why, does that say what shows are on and when?
Yeah, that's the whole bit.
What a fun 15 minutes. We could do a lot of creative things in those 15 minutes.
I know what we could do.
Or maybe they even let Barrero go home earlier. Maybe
Barrero's out at 6:15.
6. So we have 30 minutes to have some fun. What could we do in 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Probably X's and O's.
Oh.
Huh.
You know what's weird? And I was just thinking this. The Vikings play a playoff game on Monday, and the vibe of the town is everybody just assumes the season ended on Sunday. It's very weird.
I think that was just your Twitter.
No, I think
I think Sauce is right.
I concur.
People's
Sauce is
reaction
right.
has been,
There's no
typical.
buzz.
right. There's zero
it's
buzz.
not over.
I saw.
There will be later in the week.
Well,
It'll
course,
ramp up.
But on ESPN, they showed on the bottom left hand of the screen about Vikings Rams on Monday. I'm like, oh yeah,
Same thing just happened to me.
everybody thinks they're done.
I've completely forgot about it.
I know you don't, but you're different and you're important and you're fun. But
No, but I mean, you guys
different and fun.
You said yesterday. You said yesterday you think they're going to win.
There's no buzz to it.
I
That's
was
what I meant.
talking with my buddies last night about it. We all, there's
no buzz.
Yeah, there's no buzz.
There's
It's
nobody
fizzled
that
out.
jumps off the bandwagon faster than Minnesota sports fans.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's about how.
Hello.
Hi.
What's good,
But
Larry?
I'm telling you, that game on Sunday night woke them up. They realized how quickly this can be over. This group will never be the same again. They are going to bounce back big on Monday and win.
You
They're
think
going to win.
it'll be like the Ohio State after losing to Michigan.
So the
right?
group
Come on, just
woke
kill
up,
people.
but the fan base fell asleep.
Right,
That's it.
100%.
That's it. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, but there's no buzz about it. I know
it's up to them.
there will be in it'll be talked about a lot on this station. There's all kinds of coverage on this station, but people just assume the season's over the way that they lost.
Well, I heard someone in the pregame show say whoever loses this game would be one and done.
That was me. And
Yes.
that was me. I've changed my mind.
Then during the game, you said the season is going to be over 8 days from tonight.
I've changed my tune, though. I think they win. I want them to win. I don't want the season end on Monday against stupid L.A.
This season can't end
Nobody
like
in
this.
NFL, nobody in L.A. cares about that football team. It'll be mostly a home game for the Vikings.
I wonder how that works.
I mean, how many diehard
what
LA
works?
Rams fans are there?
Yeah, how
Name
many people?
4.
Not
There's
many.
0.
How many Rams fans will there be compared to Vikings fans?
There will be more Vikings fans than Rams fans. It'll be basically
Even on a Monday night.
even on a Monday night. Yeah,
I think it's pretty much recognized amongst fans and players that when you play in LA, it's just it's an away home game.
Right.
Like whoever is the away team, if your fans care about your team, they're going to show up. I think it happened earlier this year. There was skull chants going on in LA when we were there earlier this year.
completely different scenario and a completely different situation. But like 4 or 5 years ago, when San Diego was playing at that like soccer stadium, because nobody cares about now the Chargers. Nobody cares about that football team. LA doesn't need 2 football teams. It was like all Vikings fans.
Yeah.
You're in LA. Do you want to go to a football game or do you want to, cruise Sunset Strip and look for Richard Ramirez? What would Zach choose?
Yeah, but doesn't that go for Las Vegas, New York, out of the big cities? Who wants to go watch a Giants game? You're in New York.
Nobody watches.
Who
the
wants to
Giants.
watch any sporting event? You're in Las Vegas, Nevada.
No, I'm in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Are you high again?
My band played halftime of the Raiders game this weekend. Not my band. I'm not
Why?
in my band. I don't know. They just got asked to do it.
That's cool.
They played the hits.
They have
What are you gonna
Vegas
do?
Yeah, you have
like roots? Are they from?
No, they're from Omaha, Nebraska.
Was
No,
it
they
March
live in-
11th?
No, just got asked to play it.
Is 311 Day this year?
No, next year.
Are you
They're
gonna
doing
go?
the cruise this year. Next year I'm going. I don't know why I skipped last year.
Yeah, why did you?
I don't know.
You don't listen to people when they tell you to have a good time.
Yeah, you don't. Who are you talking
No, I'll just go by myself next year. Who cares?
Do it by yourself.
I went with you the one year. It was
sure did.
fun.
Where is it?
It's normally in Las Vegas. No, because the hotels are available.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you think Warren Buffett is a big 311 fan? You don't hear a lot of famous
people from Omaha? I don't
and
think
I
so.
immediately think about
Warren Buffett.
I don't know why, but
Well, because
have they done gigs together or
don't think
charity
so.
events?
I
He
don't-
or-
might have hired them
I
for a
don't-
private event.
I think they'd be a
never know.
lot richer if Berkshire Hathaway had hired them to do some company party. I don't know. It's a good question.
Thanks.
I don't know.
Good question.
I'm
Yeah.
holding you to that, Corey. You're going,
Okay, I'll go.
even if I got to kidnap you.
And when is this again?
March 11th every other year.
Yeah.
Hence 3.
No, I got it.
I've been to like 6 of them, but it's been a
They're
while.
not bad.
No.
I had fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played Beautiful Disaster, Amber, and Down at well, you have to. You got to play the hits,
I
right?
was hoping they'd play up.
That group doesn't know, right? A huge part of that stadium doesn't know your songs. You got to play the hits to just have a chance.
What do you think they got paid for that?
Good question.
At halftime?
I got to think more than Flava Flav did at the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
What do we think? Did we ever hear what the Vikings paid Vanilla
I
Ice
was just going to say that.
for 3 songs at
Yeah,
half?
that's a good.
Ballpark it. What do you
How
think?
did he have 3?
$1,000.
There's no way he has
he
3
covered,
songs.
He covered Play That Funky Music.
Like for
But he
8
did-
minutes.
For a long, yeah,
Okay,
that was
'cause
like he played it 3 times. And
That
then
was
had
his
2 more
other.
songs.
That was his other semi-big hit 30 years ago, though. Was Play That Funky Music.
Oh, did he remake that?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize that. Yeah. So he started with that. Then there was another song, and then
30 grand, do you think he made for that?
Well, he played that original, what was it called? My Hero?
It's an inside joke. Radio for 5 people. I like that joke, though.
that was my story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It was an insight. Exactly.
It's amazing.
Inside
An
joke.
amazing story.
Hey, one last thing. Speaking of sports fan bases that don't care and maybe won't care in the future, you guys remember the name Brent Rooker?
Yeah.
Of course.
Minnesota
Minnesota
Twins?
Twins,
39
yeah.
dingers last year.
Yeah.
60
So,
mil?
former
All-star
Twin.
snub, right?
Yeah. Oh, he made it. Did he? Did he not? This story said he made
Yeah,
it.
he
Oh,
made it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Former Twin Brent
My bad.
Rooker signed a 5-year, $60 million deal with the A's. He was an All-Star this year.
How many
finished 5 years, $60 million. White Bear math. Zach, that is
20, 40, 60. So it's probably like 18-ish a
Oh,
year.
this is amazing.
or 12.
12.
So
It's okay.
he finished.
Don't ask me.
I want the White Bear math.
An interesting path.
Finished 10th in AL MVP voting. He's 30 years old. He hit 293 this year, 39 home runs. Grimmer, like you just said, 112 RBI. That's an awesome season, right? The Twins picked him 35th overall in 2017. Here's the only reason I'm bringing it up. Now that he has a 5-year deal, he is the only, I was going to say Oakland A, but Sacramento A.
Yeah.
He's the
Oh, I forgot
only
about that.
A that now has a contract long enough to get to the planned 2028 Vegas debut.
Wow.
He's the only one currently under contract that will still be on the roster as of now when they hit Vegas in 2028.
Is that still
And
happening?
the Twins just cut him, right?
That's the timeline. I think they traded him to San Diego or something
Yeah,
like that.
and he didn't work in San Diego.
what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd they get for him?
I'd love to be traded.
I think
to
almost
San
nothing.
Diego.
Don't know. Either
You
way.
could wear your sweet hat
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Padres.
My dad's hat.
That shirt you wear about every second day, too.
What shirt?
The Padres shirt.
Oh my
I
gosh.
haven't worn that in a while.
We get that back in the rotation.
Sauce, you're an actual Padre now.
I am, yeah.
Father
Legit.
Sauce. Interesting fact about Brent Rooker, because I just Googled him. His first name is Terry.
No
Terry
kidding.
Brent Rooker Jr.
Did you ever consider naming your child Terry?
After Swartzen's character? No, I should have, though.
Did you ever consider seriously naming him Paul Lambert Jr.?
No.
PJ?
No.
Well, you are a PJ and you don't
I am
go
a
by
PJ. No, I do not. No.
But you did seriously consider Berkeley.
I did. Not my wife. I did. I don't know. I just like the name. And I know it's a girl name, but as we said, if he's the quarterback, who gives a...
Then he would
dinosaur?
crush.
And
Then he-
what if
yeah.
he's
What's-
not the quarterback?
Then he gets...
Then Berkeley's a rough
then
run.
He gets beat up. Yeah.
Yep, then you're spinning the wheel.
As Ray says from Trailer Park Boys, the way she goes, boys. It's the way she goes.
And the worst part is, like, they wouldn't even need to come up with a name to call him. Right. They just call him by his name.
Right.
Oh, Berkeley. Aw.
That'd have been two last names instead of two first names. Berkeley Lambert.
Yep.
He stopped listening. It's about his son. He's moved
now
on.
looking up something else.
I'm
yeah.
watching my son sleep.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's kind of like Zach watching the Big Brother 24-hour cam. He's
Oh,
like
for
watching
50
people
bucks.
sleep.
There's a huge difference between what I'm doing and what he was doing.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Is Louis swaddled?
Yes, he is. Yep. He likes to be
Snug him?
swaddled.
Yep.
I think he
He
got
likes to be
swaddled
warm.
the other day, right, by the nurse?
Oh.
Zach, when was the last time you were swaddled?
Ugh, too long, man. Anybody want to swaddle me later?
Would you have been swaddled yesterday by everybody on that Below Deck show?
What a show.
Blacko,
What a country.
how are you feeling now officially being in your 30s?
Dealing with it my own way. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. It's good to be 30, but better to be 30 than dead. So that's good.
Jesus.
Well
yeah,
said.
It's great attitude.
Yeah,
Great attitude.
Marnie's right.
I
Wonderful
guess-
attitude.
It just sucks how quick
I'd
the
be
20s
30
went.
than dead.
That's
It
the
should
problem.
have taken about 10 years.
It
Did
didn't
not?
feel like it though.
Your 30s will go
And that
faster.
freaking
don't say
pandemic, I almost swore, kind of stole like 4 or 5 years of my 20s. So
That doesn't
Gotta make
check
it
out.
up.
4.
Okay, 3.
3.
Well, it started in 2020, and
It did kind of come and go.
it didn't. Maybe 2.5. I don't know. I'm exaggerating for
yeah.
effect.
Well, you're the only one that was affected, so
Yeah, right. Yeah. It only hurt
I
you.
understand.
It does go faster, though,
You
man.
also bought a
Does.
Oh, my
PlayStation
God.
4 with that money, didn't he?
5.
Went to Disney World, went to Vegas.
Right.
What a scam. Pretty good deal, though. We'll do Vikings news when we come back. We actually have a lot of Vikings news because, man, everybody on the planet is asking to talk to all of our coaches. And KOC addressed the ridiculously dumb rumors about other people trying to get him out of Minnesota. But we'll talk about the non-buzz Vikings after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Your truck accessories
Don't have to worry about that weekend anymore at the Vikings, I don't think.
What? It's not over.
There's no hype,
Zero.
No buzz.
no buzz.
The Vikings opened around 2.5-point favorites on DraftKings. It's now just 1.5.
You must be hearing our vibes.
1.5. The Vikings take on the Rams Monday night wild card round in Los Angeles. The over/under is 47.5. You can hear it right here on The Fan.
How about the over/under for the Vikings Lions game when everyone was like, "Ugh, it could be in the 60s."
Right.
No.
Way under.
Yeah,
Hit
the
the
Vikings.
hit the
Yeah, way
40 line.
Those are two
31-9.
impressive
Vikings,
defenses. And we were talking about the offense. What do we know?
What do we know? KOC shot down the rumors. He said, quote, "This is where I want to be. This is where I want to keep coaching and leading." That was in response to Jay Glazer's report on Sunday that some NFL teams had KOC at the top of their wish list and were going to attempt to trade for Kevin O'Connell. We talked about it with Ben Lieber yesterday. It's happened about 8 times in the NFL where a head coach has been traded. Super rare, though. It doesn't happen very often. And just because teams want to trade for him doesn't mean the Vikings or KOC are interested. And he's saying, "I'm not interested."
What would it take if you were on the receiving end of that request?
Whoa.
Sauce, go for it. Somebody wants to snag
3
KOC?
first-round picks.
You do it for that?
Gruden was traded for, I think, 2 firsts and 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Would
And
you
was
do that?
Sean Payton a trade too?
Yeah, he was.
was one of them.
But nobody cares about butthole.
Yes or no?
He's terrible.
Yeah, let's say the
Would you do it for 3 first-round picks?
Let's say the Jets call up the Wilfs and say, or Kwesi and say, "We'll give you 3 first-round picks. You give us KOC," and KOC obviously signs off on it and says, "Sure, I'll go get paid in New York."
I mean, you get the 7th overall pick this year.
Yes or no?
I mean, you'd have to think about it. You couldn't immediately hang up.
No, we're asking. You're Kwesi. Yes or no?
What was Gruden? What did they get for Gruden?
I think Guardsy said yesterday it was 2 firsts and 2 seconds. Man.
That is a tough decision because you do not know what those draft picks are going to turn out to be. It's a gamble.
I mean,
And can we get any actual players?
Who's the replacement, right? Like, who's the replacement? I don't think I would do it. I think KOC is a once-in-a-generation head coach.
5 first-round picks.
Well, yeah, 5, sure.
Okay, I'm just wondering. I'm wondering what where's the cutoff?
5, yeah.
3 first-rounders and 3 second-rounders.
Sure. Yeah.
Everybody has a
in.
price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. And I think the Wilson say yes to that.
3 first-rounders and a third.
And one of those cards at Chipotle where you never
Yeah.
have to pay for the rest of your life.
My nephew had one of those. Yeah.
One of those.
It was for a year. Actually, it was for a year. He got 1 free meal a day for a year.
Jeez.
He won a national contest. He painted his room like a Chipotle, did a video of it, and won a national contest. And then had a party. It was beautiful. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Must
Did
be
he have it
nice.
catered by Canes?
That's what I would have done. Doubt Chipotle would have liked that. The Bears requested to interview Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores and Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. But as I'm going to say here in a second, it seems like the whole league is asked to talk to Flores.
Yeah. Which they
Almost
should.
everybody. But also, was it the Jets? Yeah, the Jets also asked about quarterbacks coach Josh McCown.
Well, Josh McCown, like 2 years ago, was one of those names that, and we'll see it in this coaching cycle, that pops up where you're like, Josh McCown? So, yeah, he's been kind of in that head coaching circle for a while. And I think as much credit as you give KOC, I think you can give Josh on the rebirth of Sam Darnold.
Zach, your hands up.
Can we get anything for Flores? Can we trade him?
That I don't know.
He's valuable. He's arguably almost as valuable as KOC lately.
I don't know. I don't know if you can trade assistant coaches. And is he under contract?
That's a good point.
I think usually they have written in their deal they can leave if it's a step up. I think that's an NFL rule, actually. If it's
I think you are
if
correct,
it's considered
Graham.
a step up, then
I think Senior Grimm is
you can
correct.
get out of there. I mean, it's just all part of how you get, moving. How about 3 first? No, I'm just kidding.
Follow-up question to that, and I think Zach kind of half-asked it.
Well, he did.
But
What now?
She had it right.
That
she nailed it.
there have been trades before in the NFL of draft picks for a head coach. Have there ever been any actual players who are already in the league included in part of that?
I don't
Or is it
think so.
always
That's a good
draft
question. I don't know the.
picks? And
I
if it
think
is, why?
I would guess it's always draft picks.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's as Lieber said yesterday, he's 100% correct. It's weird posturing by KOC's camp. It's obviously on purpose to Glazer because Glazer is on TV, and it's the perfect timing at like 11:15. They knew it would splash on social media. It's KOC will sign. I think a lot of the coaching contracts are kind of hidden, but he'll be a top 5 paid head coach, and he'll sign a 5 or 6 year deal, and they'll move on. It'll be if the season ends a week from today,
It won't.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you try to gain some leverage. Are they not pleased that there's been no discussions?
I mean,
are they trying to push it
but
along?
that's how the Wolves operate. It's always at the end of the year, and I would guess they want it sooner rather than later, because not that I don't think there's any kind of playoff scenario where they take a step back and go, God, this isn't our guy. But you want your client to look as best as he can at the right time. But yeah, he'll be here forever, and it's just a matter of time.
I'd be floored if they hadn't talked at all. Right? The agent and the Wolves.
I mean, yeah.
My guess is they've at least had a conversation or multiple conversations.
About the weather.
No, just you don't have to sign a deal, right?
No.
They said before the year that they weren't going to sign extensions for Kwesi or KOC. Doesn't mean you can't still talk.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like already done behind the scenes and we don't know it. And they're just waiting at the end of the
maybe
year.
they did talk and the agent isn't thrilled with how that
But I think
preliminary talk went. So float that out there.
I think the other thing in the coaching carousel is I think we're going to see the dismantling of this all-star coaching staff the Lions have. I think Ben Johnson will finally leave. I think Aaron Glenn, after what he did on Sunday night, will probably leave. And then they got to regroup. That's a completely different team. Ben Johnson is one of, if not the best offensive mind in this league. They ran a fake fumble play for Criminy sakes, but like
You really are a dad.
I need it.
For Criminy.
but like that changes a lot, man. When Ben Johnson goes, that offense changes. So
35 years from now, you're going to be calling Louis. Go. Did you see the call? He faked a fumble.
Criminy.
Did you see? Yeah, Dad, I saw it. I'm watching the
hang
game.
Stop
Jeez,
calling
oh
me.
my God. God, my dad loves sports.
I do love sports. So does your dad.
I know he loves it.
He loves talking to you about sports, and you don't care about sports.
He has asked me 3 separate times in the last 2 weeks, what are you hearing about Darnold versus JJ next year? Like, are they going to keep Darnold? Or I go, I don't know.
Why would he ask? Does he not know who you are?
I know, but like, I just think he thinks I'm super tapped in. I'm like, I haven't been tapped in at all.
your guys over there? Yeah.
The only team I was even remotely tapped into was the Wolves like 15 years ago. Because Marney, you and I, as you still are, I was down there all the time. So I was talking to the right people, hearing the right things. They would say, I think we're doing this. I think we're doing that. That was 15 years ago, and I was barely tapped in. He's just convinced I always have the scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
What are you hearing? You think they're going to keep Darnold? Don't know.
So
Like,
you don't make
I don't
anything
know,
up?
Dad.
no, that's a good idea. Maybe I should just do it.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just start telling him a new
They're gonna
rumor
trade
every
both.
2 days and see how long it takes him to figure out.
Tell them they're going to trade both of them.
Could I see them both getting traded?
That's cool. That's a good point, Zach. I should just not commit, and then when the thing happens, I'll tell. See, Dad, I told you.
Right.
That's something I saw happening.
A framework of a deal.
Yes,
kinda
very similar.
Lingo.
You know, I would say that
Yep.
the agent of KOC and the Wolves have had dialogue.
Yeah, they don't talk.
No, they've
They've had
dialogue.
dialogue.
Yeah.
But if I'm KOC's agent, do I call the Bears? Do I maybe see if the Jets are interested? Maybe.
It's the definition of just talking to talk.
All right, so hang on. Let's wipe the slate clean. You think they're winning on Monday?
I do.
I do too.
I
Grimmer,
think
yes
they're
or no?
gonna win.
I think they'll win.
The Rams have not played well in the last
No,
month. They're
they
going
needed-
the wrong way.
yeah.
So we've had one bad game, and Sam's not going to play that bad again.
They needed
Let's
an
hope.
interception in the end zone to beat Arizona, who had nothing to play for 2 weeks ago.
Marnes, yes or no?
Absolutely.
Zach,
they
yes
lost
or
to
no?
Seattle.
I'm Team Kirk. I think they're going to beat the Giants. Wait, no, that
Are
was
you-
That was 3 years ago. I thought they were going to beat the Giants. I don't have any predictions anymore for the playoffs. I don't like it. It makes me nervous. It makes me throw up.
Just say something, Rosie. Just guess. Just pretend.
No, they're not going to win. They're going to disappoint like they always do.
I mean,
Come on.
No, there's no buzz out of him.
You were more fun in your 20s.
Yeah, now you're old and bitter and cynical.
yeah, what's
Max,
your
yes or no?
I'm rolling with the squad, man. I still got hope. I think they got a chance
A chance, though. Like, it shouldn't be a chance.
to win the whole
They
thing.
should
I meant
okay. I was gonna
every
say.
damn.
They should
man.
steamroll them on Monday. They
Look,
should
this is
boat
a
race
good
them.
team.
This is of all sports. This is the any given Sunday sport. That's the beauty of the NFL playoffs.
That's why I'm so nervous.
So they could win by 40 or they could lose. That's why it's fun.
That's why, and this is going to be a very weird playoff, especially in the NFC, because of how closely matched these teams are. one or if not two of these higher seeds are going to win on the road.
Detroit could lose.
I mean, I think Kansas City loses next week in their first matchup.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I just think Kansas City is good, but like they aren't that dominant team that they've been. I mean, they showed that highlight during the what has kind of kept the Bengals back and why the Bengals aren't in the playoffs, and that bogus, absolutely BS pass interference call at the end of that game that the Chiefs got to extend that game. It's just they're good, but like they aren't who they have been in the past. The Bills roll in there. Lamar could beat them in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's odd. The Chargers aren't that bad of a football team. This is a better AFC than it's been in the past. And Washington could easily beat the Buccaneers. Green Bay could easily beat Philly.
The Broncos could beat Buffalo, too.
Right. Philly is just one bad quarter away from completely falling apart. Nobody hates that stupid coach and that stupid bodyguard that he has, and they're ready to turn on him.
Nobody hates him?
You mean
everybody hates
yeah.
him? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who's the favorite pre-playoffs?
Lions.
Detroit?
The Lions.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
KC going to try to be the first team to ever go 3 in a row.
I changed my mind. There's no chance the Vikings lose.
Whoa.
What happened? Did
That a
Abbott
guy.
text you to cheer up?
No, I don't know. I don't like committing to things, and I need to just, for once in my life, believe in something.
That's more like Zach of his 20s right there.
Marney brought
Good
me
to
back.
see. Good to see you, Zacho. Zakistan is back.
Nothing proves conviction more by saying, I think for some time in my life now I should actually believe in something.
Commit to something.
Yeah. So I believe in it now.
Dave's.
I'm 100% behind it. It's going to happen.
It's all here. It's all going to.
I don't know, man. Sam looked terrible on Sunday night. I just don't think he can play that badly again. He's been awesome all year long.
And the game
All
plan was
year.
there. We've seen the film for the last 24 hours. They were all in the right places. He
missed it.
He couldn't let it rip. He'll let it rip on Monday because if he doesn't, he'll lose a bunch of money. These back-to-back stinkers, man, they'll move on from him quicker than they possibly can. And it'll be the J.J. McCarthy era.
No, that's something Zach can get behind.
Yes, he can commit to that.
I changed my mind. I think the Vikings are going to get crushed. I think we're going to get maybe a field goal.
What are you hearing about Darnold? What are you hearing? Is he out the door or what?
Oh, he's so far out the door.
Okay. Fan 5 in a second.
see
The
that flow?
8 o'clock hour of the Power Trip Morning Show will feature headlines. We'll feature Marney Gellner. Jonathan Grenard. Don't forget Grenard, who just was a beast in that first half. We can ask him what went wrong. We'll talk to him in like 35 minutes. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.